Thank you. Okay, hello everybody. I've made some handouts. Okay, what am I talking about today? All right. Sure, okay. Thank you. Can everybody hear me? Okay, my name is Tari Akpodiete, and I'm going to be talking about video blogging today. Feel free to ask any questions. I'll try and answer them if I don't know the answer. Maybe somebody in the audience will. Originally I called this Getting Started with Video Blogging at little or no cost and getting paid for your videos and stills, tips, tricks, and resources. But I saw that other people were sort of speaking about the same sort of thing. And so I decided to add citizen journalism into the mix. My background is in pretty much anything to do with media production, so film, TV, print. If it had something to do with making something for whatever, I sort of got involved with it. And as I got older, I'm twice the age that I look, lucky for me. But as things progressed, I sort of moved along with it. So I wrote, I shot, I did various things. And I actually have only recently got into blogging. I'm a very late comer to actual blogging, although I did help other people start their own blogs. And my blog is reallygoodfriend.com, and the slogan is something like, a good friend will help you move, but a really good friend will help you move a body. So I wanted something like a little irreverent. So because I come from a film and television background, to get into video blogging was kind of a natural to me. I've done a little bit of radio, but to be honest with you, straight audio doesn't really interest me that much. In fact, when I was working behind the scenes in film and TV, audio scared the heck out of me. And I have a friend called Michael who is a very well-known director of photography, and he has a saying, and the saying is, bad sound hurts the ears worse than bad pictures hurt the eyes. Okay? People will watch the world's crappiest video. It can be jumping, it can be blurry, it can be out of focus. People will watch it. People will watch cell phone video, God knows why, but they will. But if it sounds bad, they lose interest. So whether or not you're doing an audio podcast, or whether or not you're doing a video podcast, you really need to work on your sound. And I will explain a little bit about that. I picked up a few tips and tricks. So I'm going to cover some basics, and I apologize if it's too rudimentary. If it's really too much so, just move me along. So citizen journalism, which is also known as online journalism, social media, it's basically people, such as regular people, getting involved. So it can be from anything as lowly as your cell phone, which a lot of cell phones now, almost all of them in fact, come with the ability to do stills, comes with the ability to shoot video. As a matter of fact, when they had the London bombings and also the Madrid bombings, CNN was showing, well, CNN, BBC, etc., the first video that they shot was people with their cell phones. I mean, you had people running through the tunnel in London with their cell phones above their heads, shooting stuff. And places like CNN, places like the BBC, even Yahoo have become enamored now of citizen journalism. Now sometimes when they're talking about citizen journalism, it's an excuse for them to get free stuff, as in you upload your really good stuff that's like an exclusive and they don't pay you for it, which is kind of cool if you just want to get your name out there. But you know what? If you want to get your name out there, so you send it to your mother, you send it to your grandmother, it's good to get paid. Even if it's like only $100, at least you take a little check home and you can buy some more equipment or take your friends to dinner or whatever it is that you do. So I'm going to explain a little bit about that too. So you have your basic cell phone video. which is fine, but it's not really that professional. Because a lot of people consider themselves sort of prosumer now, and that's in between amateur. I don't like to really use the term amateur because it sort of has a semi-negative connotation, as in, you know, you're out in the backyard filming a barbecue or something like that. I prefer to use the term prosumer. There's a term that's, I think it's called sojo, which is solo journalist. One of the most famous ones works for Yahoo. He's all over the world in war zones. One of the most famous ones is, in fact, Anderson Cooper. He had his friend make up fake credentials on the computer, laminated them, punched a hole in them, hung them around his neck, and took a camera and went to some pretty far-flung places where usually people don't go, let alone white guys, from New York or wherever. And he shot some amazing video, and that's actually how he ended up getting his gig on CNN. So it can lead to things. So moving along from the cell phone, you can have a camera which shoots digital stills. And these days, if you bought your camera in the last, say, 2 to 3 years, most digital still cameras will shoot anywhere from 1 minute to up to 5 minutes, depending on what setting you choose, will shoot digital video. Most of the time, it's in QuickTime format, not always, or MPEG format, which is fine, very handy. And then you move up to smaller cameras. Now, there's 2 types of cameras. I did a little search online prior to coming here to see what was available. And one of the ones I picked out that you can get for $249 Canadian from tigerdirect.ca is a Canon ZR500. And there's a guy who works for Verizon. I saw him upstairs. He actually had one. And the one question that I could not answer until I actually picked up his camera with his permission and looked at it was whether or not it has a headphone jack. And in fact, it does not. And that is kind of important, and I'll explain why in a moment. But it does have a microphone jack. This camera is aimed at grade schools and high schools. And the feedback was to Canon was, if it doesn't have a microphone jack, we're not buying it. They should have said it doesn't have a headphone jack, we're not buying it either, but oh well, they didn't. You absolutely need to. Is that the ZR500?
ZR40, which I bought about 3 years ago for $500. I think you can get them for about $250. So it's FireWire out, you know, it's MeDV headphones.
3 years ago for $500.
Yeah.
5 or 6 years ago, I bought a high 8 camera, not even digital 8, high 8 from Henry's, and it still pisses me off every time I think about it. It was $2,500. I know, I was an idiot, but thank God I didn't have to pay for the whole thing myself. But the price of cameras is dropping amazingly. If you have any money at all, I would consider spending between $300 and $500. What I would do is I would research it online, decide what it is that you want, and then I start shopping for price. Okay? Some of the things that you want in a prosumer type camera would be, first of all, it has to be mini DV. Don't bother with high 8, even if you can buy it off eBay for $50. Don't even bother so much with digital 8, unless you can get it for like really cheap. And there's ways around it. Try and go for mini DV. Do not go for these really nice cameras that record to DVD or CD. Okay. The reason is that it becomes a little bit difficult to edit. They will supply some software, but it's a pain in the butt to do all these conversions. So go for now, go for mini DV, or go for a camera that now records to SD or CF. Most of it will be SD or micro SD, because that's pretty handy too. If you have any money at all, if you can go out there and spend several $1,000s, then you want to be looking at things like a Canon or the Sony. Okay. You can pick up the PD150 from Sony. By the way, make sure you get the 150A, because the 150 has some audio issues. And so they put out the 150A to fix that. Right now, the 170, the PD170 from Sony, is probably around $3,500. And that's what the US Army videographers are using in Iraq. I wasn't going to say Iraq. Okay? But you can get something really good from Sony for $500 or less. Anyone who wants to shop online and doesn't have a credit card, here's a tip. Go to Money Mart and get their titanium MasterCard. Even though it says MasterCard, and you can shop with it online and by phone, in fact, you just put money on it. It's American-style credit card. Come to Canada and find it. So that way you can put money on it. And by the way, if anyone's giving you money and you don't want anyone to know where it is, put your money on that, because the government doesn't know, neither does your wife or your husband.
So what was the name of that 158 that's fixed out of Canada?
No, that's a Sony.
That's also a Sony?
Yes, it's a Sony. But I have a nice little Sony. The TRV line from Sony is very good. They have them going from about 500 to 1500. I personally still like the flip out screen. The reason why I have this is, number one, it's a small camera. And sometimes when you run around with your small camera, people don't take you seriously, okay? It only has one shoe, which I have a little light on, but I want to have an external microphone, so here's a second shoe. So number one, take you a little bit more seriously. Number two, it provides some stability. Number three, it gives you additional shoes for things. If you tend to drop things or have bad luck, okay, yeah. So I like to go like this, because you fall down, you slip, whatever. Get something, some kind of strap. Get it. I'm sorry?
Where's the strap from?
This is invented by a dentist for people who have PDAs, because people drop their PDAs. And it's called the Pocket Bungee, if you can believe it. And I actually met him at another conference, and he gave this to me for free, because I'm actually heavily involved in the Pocket PC
Can you
world.
get pocket bunches and camera slips?
You can.
Is it online?
It's NITEIZE, and it's Pocket iBungee. But there are other similar things as well. But I just think it's a good idea. It's just a personal thing with me. So anyway, moving right along. We don't have too much time.
Before you do, what's the very name of that microphone that you have attached to
This one is a cheapy one. It is an ASDEN, and specifically it is the ECZ-990. It's very popular, but I'm probably going to get a Sennheiser, which they make great microphones and they make very excellent headphones. And I still have the first set of headphones I bought from them about 15 years ago. It worked great.
Where do you get the shoes?
I think I got this one for $20 at Henry's, but you can buy them in a lot of places.
You want to sell that whole thing?
Quick little thing, I got, this camera is worth $1,500. I got it for free, but it's a price nobody wants to pay. I got it as compensation from an evil friend of mine who accidentally almost killed me. So,
Can we see the video?
Can we meet your friend?
he's evil personified.
What about those cameras that actually have hard drives and not really DVDs?
Oh, the hard drives, they can be excellent too. Those are a good choice as well.
Those are also good.
So, right now we're on equipment. So we talked about cameras. Microphone, if you have a microphone jack, get an external microphone. There's two types. There's this one, right, well, there's actually three types, but two types that will concern you. There's this one, which is like a little shotgun mic. Okay, the brand you want to get low end, but still pretty good, is ASDEN. You can get that at any camera store. They run about $20 to $50. You want to go a little higher, get Sennheiser, which I'm probably saying wrong, but oh well. And they run, say, 100 to 200. Oh, you always want to get a little baffle for wind and noise and everything like that. Cut it down. There's also lavaliers, which are the ones that you pin to someone. There's two types of lavaliers. There's the ones that you can run right from the camera with a long cord and attach to someone, pin in the butt. Try and get one that has a little thing that hooks on the belt, so it's wireless, okay? And then you hook on. Let's see, headphones. Okay. Even if you get the world's worst headphones, it's better than nothing, okay? You always want to monitor your sound. What if you go out and you get a whole bunch of really great shots, you get home and, oh my God, you have no sound. Yeah, right. It happens for a variety of reasons, okay? So get headphones. You can get half-decent headphones now for $20. So not too much, but you can get better ones for a little bit more. I left mine over there, but I have another pair of Sennheiser which I got that fold up and fit in a little bag. Now, you can do, I was always that kid that had stuff to show and tell. So, you can handheld if you're a rock steady type person. Not everybody is. And a lot of the cameras now have stabilization of images on, but so get a monopod, and they're just so much fun. I'm kind of like this person who likes to own my stuff, because some years I make $100,000 and some years I make 10 grand. But if I have all my equipment, I can still do everything I want to do. So, and I haven't had any $100,000 years lately. It's been a lot of 10 grand years. But, so, you have your little monopod. That's way too high for me. It's good for the 6-foot guys and girls. So that will give you some stability, and it's nice and quick and easy, and it's light. You can get these anywhere from about $20 to, say, $50. It depends where you shop. One of the things you can do is start making friends with guys who work at places like Henry's and Vistec and Merkel. I actually got 2 golf shirts from Merkel. Patrick used to work at Henry's. Things happened and he's gone over to work at Merkel. So I called him up and said, I'm speaking, give me some stuff. So anyway, he gave me 2 golf shirts, which I'll be giving away. And you actually have to pick it up there, because when you go over there, you might see something you want to buy. But anyway, so that's a monopod, and that's the very least what you should get if you are going to need some stability. Other ways to get stability is by leaning up against things, not people, but like walls, newspaper boxes, that sort of thing. Okay, now if you're going to be shooting something, one of the things that you want to do is, if you can, get a tripod. Try not to get the $10 tripods. Okay, tripods are on sale a lot. If you have real money, go out and get the God of all tripods, none of you Manfrotto. But there are other really good ones too, like this is Velbon. I have like 4 or 5 of them. Sometimes I can't decide what tripod I like. I'll buy one and I don't like it or whatever. But this one's pretty good. It has a detachable head, which will screw onto the bottom of your camera. Even when it's on something like this, you'll note that it can screw on, so that way you have your quick release. Now, one of the things I like about this particular one is that it has a leveler. Because sometimes it's impossible to level it by yourself. Sometimes you're on uneven ground, whatever. So it has like a little level, like on a hardware thing. So that's really good. You can use that too. This one also has a fluid head. One of the things that you want to avoid sometimes is some of your equipment will make noise, and that noise will be picked up by your camera, especially if you're using an outside mic. So it has all kinds of adjustability, but you want to have a fluid head besides easy movement with tilting and panning, up and down, left to right. Is you also, when you're doing it, you don't want it to be noisy. So anyway, that's my little show and tell for that. Okay, so where are we on the equipment list? Right, lights. Okay, a lot of cameras come with built-in lights, some don't. You can get a half-decent light starting about 25 bucks, but you might want to spend $45 or $50 to get something. Sometimes if you're shooting in a room like this, or even outside, there's all kinds of shadows and everything like that, and you want to try and not have someone half in shadow. So if you use a little bit of light, even a little bit, is better than no light sometimes. This particular light here, I think it was about $69. Whenever I shop at Henry's, those guys like me because I spent money there before. So sometimes I'll throw things in. So when you go camera shopping, whether or not it's at Best Buy or wherever, one reason why I like Best Buy and Future Shop is that if you don't like what you buy, don't wreck the box, because you can take it back. They have, depending on what you buy, they have 15 to 30 days, no questions asked, get your money back. And that can be really good, especially if you want to test it. There are some people who actually shoot movies by borrowing the camera and returning it. But that's what I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting that it's good. They have really good warranties, and they also let you return things. But if you shop at places like Henry's and Merkel and even Vistec, those guys, I mean, I've been doing this for, 20 years, more actually. And some of these people are still working in the same places. It's retail, yes, but it's specialty retail. They're still working there. And you call them up and they're still there. So they remember you. So when you're shopping, like for example, I never bought a second battery in my life. I've always got them for free because they just throw them in. These batteries are 90 bucks a piece. They keep giving them to me for free. So when you go, ask for stuff. Like see if they'll give you something. It doesn't hurt to ask, especially if you shop there more than once. If you have any friends who are buying anything, tell them the name of the guy or the girl that you're shopping.
What phrase do you use other than, can you give me something free?
You can say,
How do you sweeten the deal?
exactly. You can say, never ask a question that someone can answer no. For example, if you ask a question where someone can say no, that's the first instinct is to say no. So if you say, can I have something extra? Say, so what can you throw in? That requires them to think about it. It doesn't say, can I have an extra battery? No. Would you be able to throw in extra batteries? What could you throw in? Or whatever. So don't ask yes or no. And try and deal with the same person all the time. Okay? So, lights, batteries, and make sure you get a half-decent bag. If you skimp on everything else, including stealing a camera from a friend or whatever, get a decent bag. Because if you drop it or get banged into, you want to have some protection. Okay? You also want to have just a place to keep all your stuff, especially if you lose things or you misplace things around the house. One of the things I was going to say is always take your little camera book with you. I can't find mine because I didn't leave it in my bag. It is somewhere in my house with all the rest of the other thousands of books that I own. So I'm probably going to have to go and download the PDF and print it out, which is really annoying. But always keep everything together if you can. So moving right along. Software. Okay. So this is about Windows stuff, but I'll mention Mac as well. If you have Windows XP, or God forbid, Windows Vista, Windows Vista is pretty good, but it's better if you buy a computer with it already on, rather than upgrading what you have. I don't plan to upgrade any of my machines, not even my new one, because everything I have now works, and I don't want to be fooling around. But if you have Windows XP, it comes with Windows Movie Maker 2, which actually, believe it or not, even though it's free and it's from Microsoft, it is a very, very good program. It is excellent. Besides being good, there's also free downloads. So they have like theme packs. Right now, you can get the winter theme pack. You download that for free. You have to have Service Pack 2 installed. And Service Pack 2 is a free download. So you just download it, and it will download the latest version. They have an audio pack that you can download for free. They have titles that you can download for free. Now, this handout is actually an interactive little mapping thing, and I'm going to put it on my website under today's date, and you can download it. And everything you see here, just about, it's linked to whatever I'm talking about. So you can click on the link and go directly to the right website. So the other thing about Windows Movie Maker that I really like is that it has a very vibrant and very active community. So you can get lots of tips, tricks, and advice. You can get a lot of suggestions from people. You can ask questions, and someone will know the answer. And you can also download a lot of free tutorials. Now, also available is Avid Free DVD. And that is from, of course, Avid. And anyone who's read anything knows that Avid is just a huge company in terms of Hollywood and film and TV. And they actually have a free program that is very, very good that you can download. And it has separate tracks of audio, separate tracks of video. And they have some very excellent Flash-based tutorials online which you can download and take away, and you can just sit there and teach yourself how to use it. There is an open source editing program too. I never really know how to say it, but it's Jashaka, which is also very good. And you can download that too, and it's free. Now, when it comes to audio editing, like I said, audio scares the heck out of me. But, oh, I'm sorry, let me go back to video editing for a moment. If you are on a Mac, then you're going to want to use maybe iMovie, which is very, very good as well. It's the equivalent, if not better, than Windows Movie Maker. Audacity is available for Windows and, I'm sorry, yes?
What about like After Effects, Premiere Pro, Premiere?
Those cost huge amounts of money.
Okay, Premiere is pretty cheap.
I'm sorry?
Premiere is the open source one for Linux, Windows, and
Right.
And Windows Movie Maker is free, so it's free.
Yes, it is.
And is that new? Because
The Windows Movie Maker's been around for a while, but the latest version is 2.1. Now, depending on what you're shooting and what you're editing, is sometimes you'll have to change the format. so you'll have to encode or re-encode. So there's a lot of free tools available for that. There's Reaver Encoder, and there's also Super, which stands for something long, but it can convert from one format to another. You can download them both for free. You can also upload to several sites, which are listed here, and convert. My favorite one is zamzar.com, and the file has to be under 100 megs at the moment. You upload it, you choose what you want to convert it to or from. They'll send you an email when it's done. You go and download it. If you're doing something on the computer and you want to record the screen, the free version and open source is Cam Studio. I've listed a couple of different players here. You can also do some DVD authoring with DVD Flick. Now, to the good part, because I'm running out of time here. Getting paid. Okay. My favorite place is, I think, Current TV. You can shoot what they call a pod. It's between 5, it's no more than 10 minutes long, and it's for 7 or 8 minutes. The first time they accept it, you get paid $500. Second time they accept your work, you get paid $500. The third time, you go up to $750. The chairman of this company is Al Gore. And
What's the name?
Current.tv. The other thing I like about them is they have all kinds of training and tutorials online. You can sit there and watch it and follow along. They also have stuff that you can download and take away.
Are they more Main Street, like, are they into the environmental?
They have everything there.
Okay.
Yeah, they have everything. A lot of stuff about different types of social issues. They recently ran a $100,000 contest where you had to be a resident of only 48 states because it was a sweepstake. And you had to make a video about tolerance. And people would vote on it, and if they voted you to win, you got $100,000. Two American states could not participate because of their sweepstakes rules, and Canadians couldn't either. But in terms of their regular stuff, everyone from around the world can enter and get paid. Okay? You can even get paid $100 for your crappy cell phone video from them. But anyway, go there, read the site, and see what they offer. YouTube gets a lot of press, but I prefer MetaCafe because they pay. There's a guy from Toronto called Joe who's amazing. He does little matrix type gymnastics moves like Jackie Chan, and he's made $26,000 from one little video that he uploaded. YouTube will be paying, but they're not paying now, so upload your stuff to MetaCafe, or upload something really short to YouTube. At the end of it, have a little slide which will direct them to your MetaCafe site. Okay, and that $26,000 he made was US dollars, and he made it in the last 18 months on a 5-minute video where he's just doing his tumbling moves. So anyway, moving right along. If you're shooting, hi.
I didn't hear you. What is it? Landing cafe or?
Meta, M-E-T.
It's on the sheet.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't read the print.
Yeah.
It'll be a PDF which you can zoom up and on my site and click on.
META.
Yeah,
Thank you.
like meta tags on your MetaCafe. Scooped. If you're shooting stills, go to Scooped, which is SCOOPT.com, and they'll read the rules and they'll pay for your stills. Moving right along, legal stuff. When you're at current.tv, go over to the legal section and download their release forms. Okay, they're free. And that way, if you're shooting somebody and you want to put them somewhere, everybody puts stuff on YouTube or wherever, and they have no release forms. Be more professional, have release forms. Because what if you make it, and someone comes after you for the money that you made? Like you make $25,000 in 2 or 3 years off MetaCafe, and someone comes after you for the money you made off it. So get release forms. The Electronic Frontier Foundation, they have a podcasting legal guide. Download it and read it. And they also have a legal guide for bloggers. Download it and read it. If you like Dead Tree editions, the 3 books that I recommend, buy them online because they're cheaper. Secrets of Podcasting. I'll just pass these around real quick. Make sure you get the 2nd edition because they put in a new chapter that covers video blogging. Secrets of video blogging for the masses. Then if you want to make any movies or anything, get the movie making course. But it's not so much if you want to make movies. It just has all kinds of little tips, tricks, and tutorials in it of things to do. And it covers, all 3 books cover Windows and Mac using the programs that I mentioned. There's a lot of tutorials online. freeblog.org is the #1 site. They are the people who actually wrote Secrets of Video Blogging. You can download Chapter 5, which is about editing with either iMovie or Windows Movie Maker. I have both of those books in electronic format. That's all I'm going to say. My email address is on my site.
Sorry, what was that site, that other site again, the one that the people that produced the Secrets of Video Blogging? What was
It's freeblog.org. It's right here. But like I say, you can download this and have all clickable links. Okay? Yeah. So, and they have a blog as well, which you can check. They don't update it every day, but every couple of days with all kinds of tips and tricks and contests and things. Cyberjournalist.net is run by one guy. I don't know how he manages to do it. He's amazing. But he has so much information there about being a cyber journalist. It's just incredible. And I sign up for the newsletter and I read it every day. There's also the Center for Citizen Media. And right here under tutorials, it has a little thing where it says production tips, storytelling, journalism. That is actually the 6 different types of tutorials from current.tv. And each section has tons of tutorials inside it. All of them free. Some of them downloadable. jlearning.com and also newsuniversity.com are really good as well. So that pretty much concludes my little presentation. Do we have any questions? I'll bring that back to you.
Jim, do you use Revit?
No, I haven't, but someone has recommended that to me, and they pay as well. It's a place where you can post your files and get paid for views.
What's the name of it?
Rever, REVER.com. Because they actually expose, like they let you once you have the degree, you have access to the actual file. Once they converted it, so you can create your iTunes stream from it, and your feed burner as well.
I personally don't use iTunes, even though I have an iPod, I just rip all my music that I own and put it on and give away the CDs. But I have this thing against DRM, digital rights management, and you've probably seen Steve Jobs in the news lately talking about it. So I personally don't use iTunes, but it's good for distribution. But you can use really simple RSS as well, and there's a lot of free services for that. There's actually a book called Secrets of RSS from the same people, but there's also lots of free stuff online. If you email me, you can just go to reallygoodfriend.com. My email address is right there. Click on it, and I'll send you back some links for some of the stuff I've talked about, like RSS for free stuff. There's a lot of other places to host it too. It's hard to get everything in half an hour, 40 minutes. I'm sorry, you had a question?
Oh, yeah. Well, one time we did a lot of live streaming, of stuff. And now the idea of doing it in a portable system is attractive, certainly. But how can you do that from the street?
I'm not really into live streaming stuff. It's not really my area of expertise. You'd have to check with somebody else about that. I don't know a lot about it. One other thing I should say is about the different formats. There is Flash Video, which is .flv, which is very popular right now. Google uses it. YouTube uses it. Reaver and Super will both allow you to convert your edited file to that, as will Zamzir. I like it a lot. These days the quality is excellent. The files are smaller. You can use QuickTime, which is .mov. The file, it can look really excellent, but the files get pretty big. If you have to be hosting the files yourself, you can really see some bandwidth charges unless you get someone that's unlimited. So I would recommend .flv, even if you're hosting it yourself. And if you email me, I'll email you back and tell you where to get the free player that you can embed into your website so that people can watch your sites. Sorry, watch your videos. Any more questions?
I have a little bit of information that Google Video allows you to maintain ownership of your video instead of YouTube, which they say they own it. Video, so Google doesn't do that.
There's a lot of issues around ownership and things like that, which is kind of why I personally like to host it myself. By the way, speaking of hosting, my friend and I own Site Mafia Interactive.
What's it called?
Site Mafia, and we're one of the sponsors, and we're going to give everybody half price off on any hosting package. And we also have some free hosting where if you host on YouTube or Google or wherever, you can link it to the free hosting as well. So you can email me about that as well. So am I done? Can I go?